Whenever people complain about student loan forgiveness and say, oh, you should just pay for itself, it's bullshit, and I'm gonna tell you why. So my name's Angel. I have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. I paid for all of them myself except for one loan my mom was able to take out for me in my sophomore year of college. But other than that, I paid for everything myself through cash and through loans and grants, etc. And I started my bachelor's in 2009. In 2011, I took out 2 federal loans that were $5,000 each, among other loans. And those loans have been being paid for since 2011 when I took them out. I graduated in 2013, but I was paying on my loans when I was in college. And I got my master's degree in 2018, and I eventually refinanced some of my loans because they were such high interest rates that nothing was going to the principal. But the 2 loans that I still have balances on, those are the original federal loans that I took out from 2013. Tell me how 2 $5,000 loans, $10,000, I still have a balance of $2,800, and I have made payments on those loans since then. You're telling me in 14 years, I have not paid off those loans. And do I have $2,800 to pay them off? Absolutely. But the reason why I didn't is because I used to work in nonprofits. So I was planning on being eligible for the public student loan forgiveness program. But I realized at the time that program was so messed up that so many of my payments were not counting as qualified payments that it would make more sense for me to refinance some of those loans of those like really high 6 and 7% interest rates than wait for the 10 years or 120 eligible payments for my loans to be forgiven. So I have since paid off the majority of my undergrad and my master's degree, but those 2 loans, I am just paying the payments that are on there, and it's 14 years later, and I have not paid them off because the interest rates were so high at the time. Tell me how that is legal. I don't care what anyone says. If it was just the principal, I could have paid my loans off 14 years ago. But the fact that there is that high of interest and this is the situation that we're in as a country, ridiculous. I'm fortunate to be able to have paid so much extra on my loans and again, paid off everything else other than this little bit, which I'll probably pay off, but it's just the principle of it. I worked in nonprofits for over a decade. I have never missed a loan payment ever since my loans originated. And they're still not paid off. And the only reason why the majority of them are paid off is because I refinanced and pared it down so it was a 5-year loan instead of a 10 or 20 or whatever it was originally. It's sickening and criminal, and I don't care what anyone says. There should be student loan forgiveness or at minimum more regulation on student loan interest rates.